Hey demons, it's your girl Lucy, and it is time to get into one of my favorite parts of world building, the magic. You can't really have a fantasy world without it, and it is one of the crucial parts that could make or break your story. I need to create a magic system that is vast enough for it to make sense how all the characters use different sorts of magic, and how there's so many magical beings in the world, but it also needs, to make sense, not just be, oh, they have magic so they can do everything. That's, the number one rule of fantasy. There has to be limits, and there has to be some sort of rules, so that is what I am going to try and develop today. I figured the first step would be defining what magic actually is in this world and where it comes from. I imagine the magic would sort of be like a living being. Think sort of the ocean from Moana, and it has people who favors, it has a personality, and things like that. His personality would be playful and mischievous, sort of like a young child that's always looking to play or explore. Magic would be inside every living being, and it is what keeps them alive, so everyone can technically use the magic that they are born with. Well, everyone except for a few characters in the story, since magic is the thing literally keeping everyone alive, and is seen as, by the general population of Goldsky, as pure goodness, being born without the ability to use magic is seen as a horrible curse. Cassandra is one of these characters, and you might be wondering how she is even alive and why she can't use magic. To answer how she's alive, she still does have magic, just can't access it as others can. She's still connected to it, but she just can't reach or summon it. And she relies on science and technology to help her survive a society centered around magic. But how does magic actually work? If you watch my video on Nico's backstory, you'll notice that I describe magic as the in-between of fiction and reality. Also, everything in that vid is not canon. Some of the things hadn't been figured out yet, and something here and for future videos might contradict it, because it was still being worked out at that point. Anyway, magic in its natural form cannot be seen, heard, or touched. The process of using magic requires you to connect the magic with a physical form, giving up a part of yourself in order to manifest what you want. The average person has the ability to connect magic to objects and make them float, or breathe some of their life into making a ball of light, but not much more. Everyone only has a certain amount of life to give in order to bring magic into the physical realm. And while your life will regenerate, push it too far and you will die. In my web series, which I have named Villains in Training, by the way, if you didn't see my recent short on that, people will obviously be using magic for more than just a flashlight. The thing is, you aren't only able to draw magic from yourself, but from anything living, and even from the realm of magic itself. By going to school to study magic, you learn how to focus your energy and quickly phase through the two realms in order to do more complex spells. You can also use things like herbs or parts of animals and draw energy from that, or use it to make potions, magical items, etc. As I mentioned before, the magic is a living being, and it does not appreciate being stolen from and forced into a task it doesn't like, or trapped in objects for people to use. Goldsky prides itself on the fact that its people were able to find a way to control magic, something that had never been done before to this extent. And they didn't really stop to consider that maybe there was a reason for that. As they continue to teach their new innovative ways of harnessing magic, they notice that it is slowly slipping away. It is becoming harder and harder to conjure, and even affecting the most talented magic users. This has caused a panic among the High Council of Goldsky, and they are desperately trying to find a solution, not realizing that they are the ones causing the problem. So yeah, the magic is basically depressed now. People using it for structured tasks and exactly as they were told made it unwilling to interact with them anymore, and is letting itself die out instead. That's not great, but there are other ways to use magic besides stealing it, and it is how it is supposed to be used. It may be obvious from my videos, but one thing I value most in life is creativity. Whether it be drawings, paintings, writing, songs, I appreciate people's art more than almost anything else in this world. It is what I love, and I wanted to incorporate that into the story. Because of this, I've decided that magic can also be conjured through creativity. Music can be used to make magic want to dance and move with you. Drawings can jump off the page, stories become real life, imagination fuels the soul and the heart of Earth itself. People being their true selves is what opens them up to being able to have a relationship with the magic. They connect with it through what they are truly passionate about, bringing it life. And this is why Nico has a plot where he struggles with magic, especially around Damien. He is trying to fit himself into a box to be the perfect son for Damien and hide all the parts of him that make him him. This makes the magic unwilling to work with him, and Nico is so sweet that he would never think about stealing it as others do. He actually has a great relationship with magic when he's alone and doing something that he enjoys, like art or writing, or researching things that he is interested in. And growing up isolated, he often found the magic's presence to be his only friend, which is why it frustrates him so much that he can never do it around others, since he is so good at it by himself, and he feels like they have a good relationship, but the magic just isn't helping him out. To summarize, magic is basically a young child who just wants to play and is interested in human creativity, so it helps them do what they want. But you can also steal it or force it to work with you, which makes the magic sad. And it is held to the physical world by connecting it to objects or people. That's basically all I came up with, and I'm realizing I probably should have written out my ideas for the magic system before jumping into the first episode, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Bye, guys!